Okay, so we are live. I might go ahead and crop this out of my YouTube once it's up and live because I'm just going to post on my Instagram right now and let you guys know I'm live. So hang on real quick. If you get here, feel free to say hi. I'm live. Anyway, I just wanted to post it because I didn't really give a time or anything because today's been a little hectic and crazy and whatnot. So let me see. Make sure I can see myself on YouTube. I'm just going to grab the link to this live stream. There we are. Nope, that's not what I want to do. I'm going to grab that. Oh, look, I can see myself. That's not weird. Okay, let me post this. So far, doing okay. Ooh, I need to mute that. There we go. Okay. Just posted that on my Instagram so that, let me make sure it loads because sometimes it doesn't load. Okay, so let me make sure I am in focus, but hello and welcome. Today we are going to be diving into my Lunar Beauty NARS mystery box. Now, if you missed the unboxing, you can look at the last video I did, and then of course after the live, I'll go ahead and link it down below. But I unboxed it here on live, and then today I didn't have a video ready. Monday I usually try to post a new video, and I was like, you know what? Feeling okay, let's go ahead and just play with some makeup and put some makeup on my face. Let me do some eyeshadow, and I thought it'd be fun to try out all of the Lunar Beauty stuff live on camera. So that is what we're going to be doing. If you're here for the live, feel free to leave a comment and I'll try to highlight it on the screen as we go. The only thing I definitely am not going to try is the sponge because I already have my base makeup on. But the lashes as well is going to be iffy because I'm getting a late start. It's already 2. My kids tend to start waking up around 3. So I don't know how long I'm going to have, like how long I'll be able to play around with makeup. So I may or may not do lashes. Also, we'll see how I feel. And then, of course, the lipsticks. I think I want to try to use the red liquid lipstick because that's the one I'm most excited for. So I probably won't use the glosses at all. Ooh. So, oh, and then also, of course, I have 2 palettes. I'm just going to use the Eternal Eclipse, not the Moonspell Volume 2 palette today. So those are the things I'm not using. But if you missed the video, let me just go ahead and show you. I have the face palette, which is like a contour. That's what I'm going to use for contour and bronzing today. I have the blush palette. I have the Eternal Eclipse palette. I have the face brushes that we're going to use as many as I can for the face, and then the lipstick. So that's what we're going to be trying. Let's go ahead and jump into it. And I'm going to start with my face, and then actually, let me go ahead and start with my eyes, and then we'll end with my face and lips. That way I can kind of see where I go with the eyes, because I have absolutely no idea. I just threw on some foundation and powder right before the kids went down for a nap, and now we're sitting down. So let me go ahead and open this up. If you guys missed it, this is what it looks like. It's a very neutral palette, but it just intrigues me. I kind of want to play with the grays, I think is what I really want to dive into. This one is just so blinding. It's calling my name. It's a beautiful, like, very bright type of gray. It intrigues me, so that's kind of what I want to play with. And then for the mattes, maybe I'll play with the dark blue in the outer corner, and then I could use this gray on the crease. Should I use any of these? I don't know. They don't really inspire me too much. I feel like this row really kind of, I don't know. I just don't know what to do with it. It's all just different shades of brown. So I think I'm going to do that. I'll stick with this, this, and this, and maybe we'll play around with that. I'm not sure. But let's go ahead and first dive into that dark blue, which is Lagoon. Oh, and let me also go ahead and zoom in. I know the quality of the video, especially for a live or for like a live trying on new makeup, isn't the best, but hopefully next week I'm going to be buying something so that the quality is better. So hopefully next time I do a live, it'll look better because it annoys me, I'm sure, just as much as it annoys you guys trying to see clearly, because I know the quality is not amazing. I'm going to also put up the lighting a bit and let me know if you guys can't hear me or if the sound is off, but I should probably do a little primer. I don't usually come on live in the beginning of the week. It's usually what I do towards the end of the week. So this is different for me, but like I said, the weekend was a little little long and just tiring. I just didn't have it in me to get the video finished. So I'm going to hopefully get the video finished and I'll put it up on Thursday or Friday, depending on when I finish it. And I'll just do a regular video up for that day and we'll do the live today. And like I said, I really didn't tell anyone. So if you didn't know I was going live, it's because this is very spontaneous and I just didn't have any time also to put a reminder up. Usually I try to put a little, you know, like set a reminder type of thing. So I make a thumbnail beforehand, but I did not have time to do that at all today. So we're just jumping on and going. And I figured even if, you know, my usual people to chat with aren't here, you can watch the replay and get to see it all. But anyway, I use Zoeva's eyeshadow fix matte longwear primer for my eyes. Oh, hey, let's see. Eden. Hi from New Zealand. Oh, how's the weather in New Zealand? Sounds cold, but I don't know. That's just because I'm always cold. If you missed it, I'm going into the Blue Shadow Lagoon in the Eternal Eclipse palette. I also need to make sure I keep my kid's baby monitor within eyesight, or I'm going to forget to keep an eye on them, and then they'll just walk in and surprise me. But anyway, packing this down. This is a really nice cool tone blue. I think that's what intrigues me most and what was one of the biggest reasons where I was like, you know what, I think I want to try this palette. Because even though it is like a very neutral palette, it's like so cool tone and it has those like cool tone grays, and even this blue is very much in. I think once I complete the look, it'll look really grayish. It won't look like super bright blue or anything. It's like a very cool tone type of blue. So that's super pretty. I'm just going to take a little bit into here like I do to get it started because I don't think I'm going to play around with too many colors. Oh, hi, Sarah. Hi from Las Vegas. Oh, how's the weather out there? I think it's pretty. I saw Samantha March's story and it seemed nice and warm. Today is actually, I'm in Florida, is like uncommonly warm. I feel like the past couple days it's been in the 50s and dropping lower, like 50s during the day, dropping lower at night. But it's been pretty chilly. But today I ran out with the kids to pick up some groceries and it was like really nice. And that's coming from me who like is constantly cold even in warm weather. So with the sun out, it was very pleasant out. I had on a couple layers of jackets, but it still wasn't too bad. I didn't think it was too terribly cold. So hopefully later today after the kids wake up, we'll be able to go outside and play in the nice sunshine. We're in summer here. Okay, but the last few days has been cold. Thinking today is back to warm weather though. Isn't that funny how the weather could just go back and forth sometimes? Ooh, Anastasia. I guess it depends on how you pronounce that. Hi from Toronto. Brr. Oh yeah. Oh, Toronto sounds cold. It must be cold. Oh my goodness. So hello. Thank you for tuning in. Like I said, this is super last minute. And then, oh, Selena. Hi. I feel like I haven't seen your face in a while. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for tuning in. I'm just trying out. I guess the title already already says it. But oh, very pigmented. I'm trying out the Lunar Beauty. All the products I got in my Lunar Beauty Mars box that I can try. That was very pigmented, so I'm trying to take that and blend it out. It was like pigmented and darker than I anticipated, I think, is what, because I imagined it a little bit softer and lighter up in here, but I think I can blend it out. It's looking a touch patchy, but also could be my own fault because I kind of placed it and then freaked out. So I'm just going to blend it some more, add a little bit more. And keep blending it. Hopefully I'm in frame enough for y'all. I think it's so weird doing a live type of like get ready with me, but kind of fun because usually I do these to edit and then put up, and I'll always cut out the second eye that I do just to save time and not make the videos so long. Or if I'm blending forever like this is, just to make the video not too long and boring if I have nothing to say. But at least here I can chat with you guys if I'm blending for forever. I'm from California. It's been warm days, but cold nights, mornings. I know I have missed a few of your lives, so glad to make this one. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm so glad you could come. I'm never any pressure to make my lives, but you are a familiar face, so it's always super, super sweet and exciting when I see your name pop up. Gosh, I can't even remember how long you've been a subscriber of mine. I feel like I remember your name from like back in the very beginning. California sounds nice though, in the warm days, cooler nights. Florida, like I said, it's been pretty cold during the day and colder at night, but today it's decided to be super warm, so I haven't even looked at the weather to see what it's decided to do for the rest of the week. which I probably should because I got to go out with the kids tomorrow, so I need to know how many jackets to pack. I get so cold. Like last week when we went out, it wasn't even that cold out, but I had 2 layers of jackets on. And it's probably 2 because it's not like they're heavy duty jackets. They're like Florida jackets. So they're just kind of, lighter jackets, but I'm so cold. I had like double layer going out to run errands with the kids. But anyway, this is looking really pretty. I can definitely get it lighter. I was kind of worried that it was a little too dark, but just kind of blending a little bit more definitely helps it lighten it up. And this side didn't do any type of patching that I saw on the other side, so that's good too. I had meant to order the part or whatever that I need to like make the quality of the video better, because apparently, even though I have I've hooked up to my camera, it won't give the quality of my camera to YouTube or whatever, or to streaming, unless I buy this like tiny little device that's like a couple $100s. So I was like, let me just try it first without spending the couple hundred. But now that I've tried, I'm like, yeah, the quality really isn't good. I thank you, Katie. I have been subscribed to you since before you moved and took a break. Yeah, back in Virginia. I thought that's been a while. Yeah, how many? That's coming up on 3 years since we moved. Yeah, because I was pregnant with Levi. I would love to visit US again, but New Zealand borders are currently closed. Oh, they are? Oh, that stinks. I know. Ever since I got pregnant, I've really lost touch with a lot of what's going on in the world. Whereas before, I used to kind of keep up on, stuff with COVID around the world and whatnot. But I feel like I'm very much out of touch with, what countries are still have restrictions, or even like what our country's doing. Like I really don't go out much either. So like when I do go out, I'm like, I guess COVID is still a thing. My husband has been doing a lot of the errands for me, which I'm very thankful for. But I'm also getting to that stage where I'm feeling, better, and I'm feeling like I want to go back to like how it used to be, like getting that itch to just be able to like go out with the kids and run some errands or run to a store. But I'm not quite there yet, because anytime I think about like, oh, it'd be nice to go shop with the kids, I'm just like, oh, that's a lot of work, and like, can I even make it through it without feeling super nauseous? So I'm not there yet, but I'm definitely getting that itch to like, I don't know, get back to more normalcy for me, I guess. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. I think I'm going to take this bigger fluffy brush. It has nothing on it, and I'm just going to spend a little time up here. I think this is the thing with me and grays. I feel like it always looks a little patchy or undone. I'm not really sure. Like I look at it and I don't really see any patches, but then I look, excuse me, I have to burp all the time. But then I look far away or in the camera and the viewfinder, I feel like it looks a little patchy, but I think that's just the gray-ish in it. Eden said, how far through your pregnancy at the moment? Currently trying for my first. Oh, I hope you are conceive soon. That's exciting. I am 12 weeks. Yeah, 12 weeks currently. And I thought, 11 weeks, I thought it was kind of like, oh, you might have got through the thick of it and be on the mend, but I'm still kind of having those rough moments. And I feel like the best way I can describe it is just there's constantly a feeling of like right here at the bottom of my throat is like where all my food sits. And it's just like the tiniest thing that can make me go like, oh yeah, I could like throw up right now. And that's just like how the whole day is. Like I never get to the point where it's like, oh, I feel great. And like, my food is digested. I don't feel like on the verge of barfing. So I'm still going through that, but I am better in that I can manage throughout the day. And like, I'm not on the couch. Like week 9, 8, 9, and 10, like I rarely left the couch because I just felt so bad. I would kind of take care of the kids, get them whatever they needed for lunch and breakfast and whatnot. And then I would just sit or lay on the couch and, have them play around me and whatnot. So better than I was, but still trucking on. Hey, long time. Hope you are fine. Hey, life with Najam. I have my computer over here. I should have said that in the beginning, but I have my computer over here so I can read your comments. Thank you. I would love to visit New Zealand. I just bet it's so beautiful over there. I've heard it's really pretty. We had family friends, like really close friends, almost family, who had a sibling over in New Zealand, and they would always just talk about how gorgeous it is over there, and what a beautiful country it was to visit. And from all the pictures and whatnot that I've ever looked at, seems really pretty. Seems like a gorgeous country. That would be a long flight. People who travel a lot, I'm always amazed because, like, when we fly, and again, this is with kids, so maybe I would think differently if I had to go solo. But even solo, like, I did a couple solo trips from California to Florida, and I was just like, those plane rides are just long, and I did not enjoy them. But I know New Zealand or over, on the other side of the country. My mom is her parents are from Brazil, and she went over once, and it was a very long flight. I can't even remember. I think it was over 10 hours to get there or something like that. Something crazy. It's just like, wow, that's a long time to be in a plane. Um, New Zealand's a beautiful country. I am biased though because I have always lived here. I've been to LA once and would love to visit again. Yeah, I've never been to LA. We almost thought, because we lived in California for a little bit. I lived for just a year. My husband a little bit longer. Oh, let me see. Hang on. One of my kids is sitting up. But it is not time to wake up yet, so hopefully he lays back down. But anyway, when we moved from California, we went to Virginia, and okay, he laid back down. And when we did that, we drove. So we took all our stuff and we moved ourselves in a U-Haul across country. And I was pregnant with. Oh, this is the biggest reason why we didn't do much, because everyone was like, "Oh, when you go, drive yourself across, you get like a week or something to get over to Virginia. You have to stop along the way, see the Grand Canyon, see this, see that." And it sounded great when we were planning it, and then we got pregnant. And I think I moved when we were in the car, I think when I was like 14 weeks along or something. So when it first started, I was like, oh, 14 weeks, that's past the first trimester. I should be feeling better, but shockers, I wasn't. So by the time, just going through all the effort of having to, clean the house, pack up, get the, everything in the U-Haul and whatnot, I was kind of done in. So we were just focused on driving and getting to Virginia. We weren't really into the sightseeing at that point. I was so sick. And then having to sit in a U-Haul truck, because we just drove the U-Haul. It was just us back then, since I was pregnant with my first. So we had the U-Haul, and the U-Haul truck is extremely uncomfortable. But we had the U-Haul, and we hitched up our car behind it, or in a trailer. But that was a long trip. And we had to actually stop and take a couple extra days because I was so sick. Some mornings I was just like, I can't sit in a car and try to like survive right now. Like I'm sitting by the toilet right now. You can't move me. And so we had to take a couple extra days in one or two places just to give me time to like recover before getting back in the car or the truck. But anyway, the flight took 13 hours from New Zealand to LA when I went over. Wow, that is a long time in a plane. We are a very small country, just over 5 million population for the whole country. Oh, wow. That's cool. You have every reason to be biased, LOL. I don't think I have ever heard of New Zealand. Can I speak? New Zealand. I don't know why I'm adding something in there, a vowel or something. Sorry, being anything but beautiful. LA is a few hours away from me. There's always so much to do and see. I've heard that about LA. Sounds fun. Hate doing traveling in a U-Haul. Yeah, it wasn't fun. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this. This is just so bright. I want to put it on the inner portion, and I might, after I put that on, I might put a little bit of this on going out to the outer edge, just to try a different color and see, and also to see the different formulas. So I feel like this silver is a very like chunky, maybe actually it's very hard to pick up, but it's very flaky. So I'm trying to like rub my brush in to not make a mess, but I'm still like getting a lot of little bits flying everywhere, but not a whole lot going in my brush. So I'm just going to try press harder to load my brush up, knock it off. Let's see what transfers. Okay, not too bad. It definitely is a little flaky. I didn't even say, I just did it while I was talking, but I put down a glitter primer from NYX. Make sure I'm in frame. And I'm kind of like pressing, and I think that's helping push down on the little bits that are wanting to fly. But it's definitely a little trickier to pick up than I anticipated. It looks so like foiled looking. I just envisioned it a little bit easier to pick up on a brush. but it's not like it's hard or impossible. Not like a Super Shock formula or like Glam Light, that type of hard where it's like super slick. But this is almost just like as you're, I don't even know if the quality will show you, but as you're going in, there's just like little bits of flaky, loose bits that are just flying everywhere. And so I'm like trying not to make a mess, but also pick it up. And it's making a mess in the palette, but thankfully I only see like one speck on my face. So as long as we're not making a mess on my face, I suppose I don't mind. But that was unexpected. I don't think I expected it to be that type of formula. Just looking at it, it looked a lot more of a like a soft, easy to pick up formula. Yeah, it's definitely making a mess of the palette. Oh well. Let me put this side on, and then I am going to go ahead and put that darker gray just to use a different one. And now that I've tried this formula, I'm curious to see what that formula is like, because it looks kind of just like a regular shimmer. It doesn't look as metallic looking as this shade does, so I'm curious to see if it's easier to pick up or whatnot. So I'm just going to apply this. Super pretty though. I'm not really in frame, am I? I should like hunker down a little bit more so you guys can actually see and I'm not bending out of frame. Again, I'm going to order that part on, if you missed it, I'm going to order a piece off of Amazon tonight. So hopefully the next time I do a live stream, the quality should, from everything I've heard and all the research I've done, be like 10 times better. So hopefully when I do this, it won't be so like, Katie, we can't tell because the quality's so bad, because I know it's pretty grainy. I think it's only like 4 something px or whatever it is. Whereas my videos typically play in like, I don't know, the 1,000 thingy. Like 1,000, I forget what it is, but much higher. So when I watched the replay of my Lunar Beauty palette or like my Lunar Beauty unboxing, I was like, geez, the quality is like not really that great. And also the sound. I'm going to also try a different microphone because I'm not super happy with this one, just to see if that helps the sound be better, because I definitely want the sound to be nice if I'm going to do these live streams. And the sound was very distant and kind of like echoey. Anyway, I'm going to go into this shade right there. Let's put that on the rest. I'm using the same brush and I just cleaned it off with a color switch. This is much easier to pick up, much softer, and looks like a lot more came off, like transferred to my brush, which is the type of formula I prefer to work with. It's just easier to work with. That's why I prefer it, I suppose. But yeah, it's also just a softer type of shimmer too, compared to the other one. The other one looks a little bit more like metallic looking, and this one just looks like a really nice soft shimmer with a nice amount of shine, but nothing crazy like that silver. So yeah, a lot easier to pick up, a lot easier to put down. I don't feel like I have to be super duper careful, and I don't see any kind of like little bits flying anywhere, little flakies going anywhere. That was a lot easier to put on. So now I'm just going to take the gray, going to go up and down here, and then I'm going to flip the brush over, take some more of that silver, if I can pick it up. You know what? Let me try to spray. Once I get a good bit on my brush, I'm just going to spray it to see if maybe that helps it apply a little bit easier. And then I'm going to just tap it over here, just so it's not flying everywhere. I suppose I should have done that for the initial application. I'm just tapping over right here. But yeah, it's really, really flaky. I'll try to show you the palette in a minute. I'll have to post this look on my stories afterwards if you want a better look at it, because I know my Instagram stories the quality will show it a little bit more true to life than it is on the video. Let me just tap over. I'm just doing a little back and forth with the shimmers. And then per usual, last step, I'm going to take that first shade we used, the Blue Lagoon, which was the matte out here, and I'm just going to tap it over the shimmers so there's no like line where the shimmer and matte meet. And there we go. Okay, got a little bit of fallout from the darker gray shimmer, but not too bad. Try not to poke myself in the eye. Oh, sorry. Had you tried Lunar Beauty before getting this mystery box? No, Eden. This is my first time trying anything from Lunar Beauty, which was the biggest reason I was like tempted and decided to ultimately get the mystery box, because I feel like I usually have bad luck with mystery boxes, or I just get repeats, or I get stuff that I wasn't interested in. But since I had never tried anything from him before, and there were many things from him that I was intrigued by, I was like, you know what? This is probably a good one to try. Okay, I don't know if you could see here, but like the silver, it might not even show up that well, but there's a lot of like little silver specks everywhere all over the palette from that silver shade. Okay, so here at this point, I'm going to pause on my eyes, and let's go ahead. Oh wait, let me finish my eyes. Okay, I always forget this step. But let me go ahead, and I'm just going to take the blue a little bit here, and then do the silver with the rest, the mattes. I'm going to finish off underneath here, and just hi, hey, how are you? How did your surgery go? I think it's past. If yeah, we're in the middle of February, which, by the way, everyone, happy Valentine's Day. Today is Valentine's Day. Oh my goodness, my dates are all over the place, but I hope you're doing well after that. Hope it all went as smoothly as it could. I know that was pretty major surgery, and hopefully you're recovering. I'm just taking that dark blue. I just stabbed myself with my lash, or one of my eyelashes, but like that. And then I'm just going to take that same brush, clean it off, and I'm going to go into the gray, which is called Smoke. I don't even know if I said that. And this is definitely can get dark, so I'm going to do it carefully. Just smoke it out. And I think I'm going to take the bigger brush that I used for the outer half here in one sec. So yeah, I'm going to take this brush that I used for the gray up in here, add a little bit more gray, and I'm going to just connect it all around, because I don't think I'm going to do a wing liner, because especially since I have to still finish out my face with the products, I don't know if I'll have enough time to do a wing liner as well as mascara, because I got to put mascara on, and I can't go off screen for that like I usually do. It's funny when you record stuff, you kind of realize how long it takes you. I think eyeliner usually takes me like 2 minutes. 3 minutes if I'm going really slow or having a hard time with it. And then mascara takes me 2-3 minutes as well. So typically if I do mascara, I like wing out and do mascara, I delete like 5 minutes of footage off of my videos. I'm like, wow, that was 5 minutes. You spend 5 minutes every time you do your makeup on mascara and liner. Okay, I think that's good. I think I'm happy with that. Oh, I missed some. I saw a few unboxings from his mystery boxes, and they all looked really good. Yeah, so far I feel like everyone that I've watched a mystery box unboxing, or who I know have gotten a box, has said that like they're super happy with their box, which is cool. Hi, Bio Girl. I would love to try his brand. I have only tried a lip gloss and love it. Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about his brand. There's like a couple of the products I got, like the face palette, I was always like super intrigued to try. Oh, it's 9:18 a.m. February 15th here. So strange when you think about it. That is really strange. So it's technically no longer Valentine's Day over there. I'm late. That is really strange. That is so weird. My husband just talked to a friend who's over on the other side, and he was like, he had talked, what was it? Yeah, it was in the morning. And he like off the phone, he's like, yeah, it's like he's clocking out of work and going home. And I'm like, wow, that's just like so weird. Or like, yeah, I think it was clocking out of work, or like the next day, like he's finishing up his work. It was something crazy where we were like on polar opposite times of the day, like majorly. It's just so crazy to think about. I'm loving all the items I got in my Mercury box. I subscribed to the new cruelty-free kitty box coming out next month. Cruelty-free kitty. I don't know who that is. Is that a company, or is it a subscription service, Brianna? I don't think I've heard of them. Yes, I had surgery on the 3rd, and I'm still in the hospital. They had to open my leg up completely. How are you feeling, Mama? Happy Valentine's Day. Oh my goodness. Being Bio Girl, how are you feeling? That sounds really intense. Wow. I hope the recovery's going well. 3rd, you've been in the hospital for a while. I hope it's all going well, and that you're able to rest in the hospital. Favorite Valentine's gift ever? Oh wait, I didn't even address like your question. I'm feeling okay. I addressed a little bit at the beginning. Still dealing with nausea and stuff like that, but I am able to function, to put makeup on, so I'm better. Thank you so much for asking. Favorite Valentine's Day gift you ever received, or best Valentine's Day date? I'm really lame at this, because my husband and I don't do much when it comes to Valentine's Day. We're just not very like, I don't know. We're not very like gifty people, or I guess you could say our love language isn't necessarily gifts. It's more other things. So when it's like special days like Valentine's Day or Mother's Day, Father's Day, we typically don't do a whole lot. Before we had kids, we would go out. Our first year we went out to dinner for Valentine's Day. But I can definitely remember my husband surprising me more than once with something special. He usually would go and get me. He used to get me flowers, but then when our oldest got like 3, I think, we figured out that she has allergies, and so anytime he would buy flowers, she would be like itchy eyed, swollen, and stuff like that. So he doesn't buy me flowers anymore. But I think my favorite one, because I'm not super like into flowers, so when he couldn't buy flowers, he would start to buy me like desserts and stuff like that. So I don't think it was last year. I'm bad at remembering times, but I think my favorite gift he ever gave me was he surprised me on his way home from work and bought like cheesecake. And it was like chocolate cheesecake, like a fancy cheesecake. That was the best. And I was just like, oh, these are the gifts. Like, that's my kind of love language. Something like a special treat, something like we could both share in together. I was never big on flowers. I always appreciated them, just the thought of him getting me flowers. But I told him when, he was like, I guess I can't get you flowers anymore. I was like, it's okay, babe. Like, I'll take food. Like, I'm just as happy with you getting me like a special dessert. I'm such a dessert person. Like anything, chocolate, ice cream, cheesecake. I am a super happy camper. I know I'm missing comments, so let me go back. Glad to hear your surgery is done. Me too, Anastasia. Cruelty Free Kitty is a blog like Logical Harmony where she contacts brands about their cruelty free. All of the items will be free. Oh, and she's starting a box. That's smart. Oh, that's cool. I'll have to look into it and see. That's exciting that she's starting a subscription service. Cruelty Free Kitty is a blogger. I believe it. Okay, so Cruelty Free Kitty, when you said that, I thought blogger because I do know that name. But when you said it like getting her mystery box, I thought it was a brand. But it sounds like she's kind of turning that blog into a bit of a brand with a subscription or a mystery box, at least. I don't know if it's one time or she's going to repeat it, but that's really cool. I missed this box because it released while I was in the hospital. I stood up for the first time the other day and I almost passed out from the overwhelming pain. Oh, I'm so sorry. I've never heard of. Oh, wait, hang on. I know your name. It's on the tip of my tongue. Bio girl. It starts with a T. Oh, I can't. It's not Tatiana. No, that's. Sorry, I have to go back to my my cheat sheet. Julius. Why did I think it was with a T? Julissa. I am so sorry. I hope it's better. I haven't had any type of major surgery like that in a long time, but I did have back surgery when I was 14, I think. And I vividly can still, even though it's been so many years, I can remember that first time they were like, okay, you need to sit up and like walk. I think it was like a day or 2 days after surgery, or yeah, I think it was like 2 days after surgery or something, a day or two. I don't remember. But anyway, I do remember like that, the just trying to like sit up and not like scream from pain. Ugh, that was not fun. I hope it gets better quickly for you. Julissa. I know I messed that up, but I finally remembered. Where am I? I missed the box. Okay. Sorry, I lost my place. Sweets are amazing gifts. Surprises, well, good surprises are great gifts. Yeah, and that's I think my favorite thing, and that's maybe I guess you could say my love language when it's unexpected and like I'm not really anticipating anything, and then he comes home with even if it's like just a little cheesecake piece or whatever. It's like just the fact that he went out and took his time to go out of his way and surprise me, like that means so much more to me than like a planned, gift exchange or anything for Valentine's Day. So that's kind of how we tend to do it. Even now, like today, I was thinking I need to kind of run to the store and get more milk from Publix. And I was like, you know what? I could go to Publix and maybe get like a cheesecake, or he loves chocolate. So I'll get something like super chocolatey to surprise him for dinner. When he comes home for Valentine's Day. And I don't know, that's kind of how we do it. So like some years are just crazy and we don't do really anything. Definitely when it's around like new kids and whatnot, or big moves or whatnot, we don't do much of anything. But then some years it's just nice to like surprise, just do something sweet that the other one won't expect. And that's kind of like my favorite little gift, is when it's not expected. I'm sending all my love and speedy recovery. Yes, same, Julissa. I'm not a flower person either. Yeah, I've never been much of a flower person. Like, they're pretty. Like, I definitely think they're pretty. And the initial, like, gift giving of the flowers, like, oh my goodness, those are gorgeous. But I actually don't like how flowers smell. Like, I always kind of think they smell like a funeral home, and maybe that's just because all the funeral homes I went to as a child, you know, having to go there for a loved one or a family, was like covered in flowers, so like that smell was overwhelming. But it's just in my brain now that it's like flowers, that smell they have in my kitchen, I'd just be like, oh, I don't really like that smell. So I wasn't mad when my daughter, we figured out that my daughter, you know, didn't jive with flowers. I was like, okay, that's fine. We don't need to get flowers anymore. I'm good. I love your cool tone eye look. Thank you. Definitely something different for me. My fiance hates buying flowers because they die. Instead, he got me dinner, my favorite snack for Valentine's Day. Yeah, and I've heard also other people like getting instead of like flowers in a pot because they do die, and it just feels like a waste of money. But they'll get them like a living plant, which I feel like I would also potentially kill. But yeah, something different because yeah, flowers do die. It only lasts like a week or two. Sending positive vibes and thoughts. Thank you so much, Julissa. Sorry, it took me a little while. I'm a huge cheesecake person. I love cheesecake and can eat a slice once a day. Yeah, I like cheesecake. And I didn't even really discover that until I'm just focusing my camera. Until I was married, because I don't know, cheesecake was always just like, yeah, whatever. My mom loved cheesecake, but I didn't really appreciate it until we got married and I started trying it. I'm like, oh, this stuff is actually really good. And then my kids, starting with Olivia, they tend to be very dairy sensitive. Yeah, sensitive. They dairy sensitive, and especially in the first year, like Olivia would like get rashes. She'd get very constipated and stuff if I had milk or dairy, and so I had to cut it all out. And so anytime I'm pregnant, I'm always like, I need to start eating cheesecake now because once the baby gets in here, gets here, I might not be able to try it anymore. So it's definitely on my bucket list right now while I'm pregnant to enjoy as much cheesecake as I can. Okay, Cruelty Free Kitty monthly subscription box, $39.99 for up to $160 worth of products, 4 to 5 items. Okay, so it is like an official monthly subscription box, $40 a month, and you get $160 worth of products, all of them cruelty free, 4 to 5 items. That's cool. That's cool. That's something I like to see. What is it? I'm totally blanking on her name. Oh, I hate when I do that. Glitter Fallout. Linda. Why? Yes, I know her name. I'm sorry. That'd be something interesting because she used to do BoxyCharm, and I always enjoyed watching her BoxyCharms. But she'd always have to like, there'd be products that weren't cruelty free, so she would, not try them and pull them out. So that'd be a cool box for her to unbox. On her YouTube channel, but I think she's on a low buy this year. So maybe not this year, maybe next year. I've only been in the hospital when I was having my babies. Yeah, since my surgery, that's all I've been in the hospital. Just to know that someone was thinking about you means a lot. Oh yeah, for like the spontaneous gifts, I'm behind. But yes, yeah, I think that's the best. That's like my type of love language. I don't know, when it's spontaneous, it's like, oh, like you thought about that. It wasn't just because of the day or like because we have to get each other something. Anyway, as I talk, I'm gonna dive into. Let's try this one first. It might be a little dark. Let me try this one first. Yes, I'm a little scared. I'm gonna go in with. I don't even know. I definitely want to use this angle brush, but I want something a little bit bigger. For I guess I'll use this angle brush, and then there's a smaller one. This brush I'll use for like more contouring. So true, Brianna. It's the little things. I love Linda. Yes, she's so sweet. I love her too. What did I say? Bronze Sky. That's why I'm going to go to the second lightest contour shade. So let's see if you can. I'm sure you'll see it, but let's see how much you'll see it. Kind of do my bronzer wide in this area. Oh, I also have to remember that I'm going to do blush because I usually skip the blush. Okay, you can definitely see it. I think this is a nice bronzer shade for me. It's definitely more gentle, but especially for like every day, this is a good shade for me. I feel like I don't mind going a little heavier if I'm going to do a YouTube channel. Oh, I'm going to do a YouTube channel. If I'm going to do a YouTube video, can I speak? But just so like you can see the contour really nicely or see the definition of my face really nicely, even if my lights are bright. But for the everyday, this is definitely a perfect type of very natural looking. It doesn't look like too dark when I turn my face to the side. It just looks like a nice natural type of contour. I did not powder my makeup well because I'm getting serious creasing in here. It was a little hectic when I threw on my face makeup while the kids were awake. So I honestly probably skipped my forehead and hence why it's creasing. I'm just going to go around. And I also like when it's a little bit light, like when my bronzer is a little bit of a lighter shade, because I like to go ham, as you can see. Like I like to be able to just like dip in and go and not have to be like, oh shoot, like I just have all these streaks all over my face. I will be unboxing it on my channel. Vegan and cruelty-free beauty is very important to me. The Outer Dimensions palette looks like a good neutral palette for neutral lovers. I love color though. Oh, that is true. You could use this as a nice little, neutral look. But yeah, Brianna, how do you say your last name? Rose or Rousey? But if you are interested in cruelty-free, definitely check out her channel because she's going to be unboxing it. I'll have to pop over there after this live. I wish there was a way to like click your name and go to your channel. No, I can't while I'm live because I know I'm going to forget. But I'll try to hop over there and subscribe so that I can see it when you unbox it, because I'm curious to see what it's like. Okay, so there we are. Definitely very, very, very gentle. I just subscribed to Glitterflaw. I hadn't heard of her before. She's a lot of fun. She loves color. She loves like color in her hair, so it's always like fun, fun hair colors, fun eye looks. This brush was really nice. I forgot to wash them, honestly, before I used it. I didn't notice any fallout on my face, but I definitely still see a little bit of fallout, so I'm anticipating I'm going to get 1 or 2 to fall out the first time I watch it, but hopefully no more after that. I don't anticipate it to. So this is what I used. I'm going to dip into this just for a little extra definition and to try one more color. I feel like it's a little warm for a contour. Oof, I'm scared now. Let me just add a touch of this, what is it? Dark Sky, like the black. Just a touch, because I like it more cool tone right in this area. Okay, that looks like I really overdid it. So I'm gonna, no more on this brush. Let's clean you off and then just spend some time buffing it out. But I like it to be really cool tone right in that hollow area, and then kind of gradually and, very evenly transition to the more warm tones of my bronzer. And I felt like that shade I went to initially was a little too warm for a bronzer. So I think the coolness definitely will help. Yeah, I think that helps. Make sure my kids are still sleeping. So far, so good. How long? 42 minutes? Okay, get down to the wire. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I love your channel. Loving this look on you. Thank you. It's very different for me. I just feel very, very different for me. The gray, like a super grayscale. I feel like I would like it more if I had wing liner, but I just don't have the time for the wing liner. Definitely the silver that I put on the inner portion is looking a little messy out in this area, even though I did use glitter primer, so I might have to play around with that more, but I tend to not like super messy type of eyeshadow, so we'll see. This is a Moon Prism Blush. Let's go ahead and dive into, I feel like I just want to dive into this mauve tone because that's just my vibe. I feel like that's going to be the one that goes with this look as well, because it's a little more cool tone. Let's do it. Let's go with, I don't know what to use. Let me use this brush. This is the brush like a shape I never know what to do with. Let me use this because I like to go very light with my blush. So maybe this is the perfect type of brush to use. Ooh, very pigmented. Okay. Very pigmented. Yeah, you guys can see that. Okay. So let's see if it blends nicely. Okay. Too much. Let me put this on this side. This is too much, too pink for a girl who doesn't like blush usually at all. Okay, maybe it's worse than I thought. I'm just imagining it to be worse. Maybe it's not that bad. But definitely applies it very lightly. I'm liking that. It's a little extra flimsy, but maybe I'm just not used to it. I just don't know how else to use this type of brush. Maybe I could change my channel name. Wait, maybe I should change my channel name. It's just my first and a middle name, Brianne Lee. My last names are also difficult to pronounce. Main name, first married, last name, and second last married name. No, I think I like doing first and middle name. That's what I do. Keep it easy, and that way I remember. This is crazy. That is crazy. I don't know how you do it. Good job to you, not only being a content creator, but also having kids while you do it all by yourself. Wonder Woman. Not Wonder Woman recently. I've been barely making it by, but just doing what I can, I think, is the biggest thing, especially this go around. I feel like I've tried to, hence why there's no video, because I really wasn't feeling, I just felt like I needed to rest and just rest and not do anything, honestly. And I just ended up like laying with my husband and talking to him during that time instead of cleaning or editing or anything. So that was really nice this weekend, but definitely it's hard because like part of me is like, well, I should get up and edit, but at the same time it's like, especially now that I'm doing lives, and I think I'll continue to do them at least throughout the pregnancy, but maybe even onward, especially if I'm going to spend the money because it's expensive to make the quality better. Maybe I'll do lives more often, but definitely helps not be so demanding on, you know, getting the editing done, because I just don't have the time at night anymore since I go to bed so early, which always feels like a punishment because I'm such a night owl. I don't like going to bed early, but that is my life right now. The eyeshadow palette looks gorgeous and I love the look. Thank you. Thank you, Julissa. I mean, oops, Brianna Rosie, my first name, and last name Brianna Leah is my first name. Oh, okay. I'm glad that you had a good weekend. I'm loving these. Okay, I totally missed that. Brianna Lee. That's a really pretty name. Brianna Lee. That's pretty. I always like Lee. Or is it Lee? No, it's Lee because there's no A at the end. I always like the name Leah, but I love that spelling. It's so pretty, I feel like, looking at it. I think that's a really pretty name for a channel. I'm just gonna, or for a channel name, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna go into Milani's strobe light highlighter in Afterglow, because I don't have a highlighter from Lunar Beauty. So I'm just gonna pop this on. That way it's not too blinding. I'm planning to hopefully go to the UPS store. I got a package to pick up. So I will be sporting this cool tone look. Hopefully don't look too crazy, but go a little more natural on the highlight for the outing. And then maybe I'll, like I said, I might run into Publix to get a little treat and some milk. Okay, so at this point, what else is left? I think just the red lipstick. I've used a couple of the brushes. Oh, shoot, I have a highlight brush from Lunar Beauty, and I just grabbed one of my other ones. Bummer, but I used 3 of the brushes out of 7. So there's that. And then I did the eyeshadow brush. I didn't use an inner corner highlight. Let me do that, and then we'll end with the lips. I'm going to grab this inner corner highlight. What should I do? There's not really a great one to use. Well, I guess this one is the only other one, because this is, you know, what I use on my lid. So I don't want to go use that. And then all these are a lot darker. So let's just hop into that and see what that does. It's called Flare. And it looks like the same quality, the same consistency, as I'm picking it up as the darker gray and not the lighter silver. So that's good. It's not super messy. And let's just pop it on in here. It's also not super blinding. Can you guys see that? It looks a little bit more blinding on camera, I think. It looks a little bit more subtle in person. Maybe it's the color to compare, you know, putting it against this vibrant silver might be a little bit of a disadvantage to it. Maybe it would shine better next to deeper colors, but I think you guys can see it. Oh no, I think I just saw someone sit up. Let me see. Let me see if he is indeed sitting up. Yeah, he's sitting up. Okay, that's okay. He's the one in the crib, so he can't get out yet. We'll wrap it up here with the lipstick. This is a Lunar Beauty liquid lipstick in Aphrodite. I heard Allie Dawson raving about this, and I've seen her wear it in a lot of videos. I have a little lip oil, but I think I'm just going to leave it on. All right, it's changed. You didn't have to change it for me. I hope I didn't offend you tripping over your last name. I mispronounce, and I struggle with like reading pronunciations all the time. So it's definitely a me thing. Probably a lot of people would have saw your last name and done it no problem. So I'm so sorry if I made you change it. You're right. It's your life right now. It's just a season and nothing is forever. There's always something that needs to be done. But it's a great one. You can just turn your brain off. Yeah, and I think that's something that in past pregnancies I haven't like handled well, because usually with my pregnancies I don't know, it's not like I go into like I'm depressed or anything. Oh, let me zoom you guys out, and then also like bump this down a little bit so you guys can see. I wouldn't say that I like struggle with depression. I definitely know that. Sorry, I can't talk. But I definitely know that, you know, some people really do, and that's definitely a thing. So I wouldn't say that I'm like, I get to that point where I'm like depressed, but I definitely feel like in past pregnancies, I've just like allowed myself to like have a pity party during pregnancy, I guess is how you could say. Like I just get so, I don't know, sad that I don't feel normal and upset that I can't do what I usually do, and um frustrated a lot. I would just get angry, like the angry cry that I don't know, I do sometimes. And I would just go through and be kind of in that headspace. Oh shoot. I don't know what I get for trying to talk while doing red lipstick, but I'd be in that headspace for a lot of my pregnancies. This is a very red lipstick. And something my husband was praying for me the other day, and something in his prayer really struck me of talking like, he was praying that I would feel better, praying that the symptoms would lessen, that I would start to just feel more normal. But then, as he was praying, he was also just praying that um that I would find, what was his words? I know I'm not going to do it justice, but something about like praying that I would find, that I would have, that God would give me the grace and the, what was his wording? His wording was perfect, and I can't remember the word he used. But basically, in summary, the point he was making was that even if I don't feel good, to be able to handle it well and be able to like, be okay not being well, I think is the best way I could describe it. He used he has a much better vernacular than I do. I'll put it there. But it was really encouraging. How do the brushes feel? Really soft, like incredibly soft. There's nothing scratchy about them. They're not also very fluffy, except for the one that's like super flimsy. This one's not, but for the most part, like they're super fluffy feeling. They're very nice. Allie's favorite, yes. They look super soft and wiggly, but not too wiggly. I think that's about the brushes. Yeah, such a bright red. It's pretty. Yeah, it's a very bright red. I mean, it's more of a light catcher, but yeah, we can see it. Yeah, it's very soft in my inner corner, I feel like. Pregnancy is so tough on your body physically and mentally. We all need to live and express our emotions, especially when pregnant. LOL, yes. And I definitely do. Like, I'm not saying that I don't get upset and have those moments, but anyway, when he was praying about that, it made me start thinking of like, I don't feel, and this was a couple weeks ago, and it's like, I don't feel great, but it's like, am I able to straighten up what I can straighten up. Like for me, getting down on the floor, bending and stuff like that is very difficult. It just makes the nausea 10 times worse. So I tend to, like, when I clean up, I try to clean up what's on counters, what's on tables, stuff that I can walk around and do. And it's like, I'm able to do that. And also to remember that, it's temporary. Thank God it's temporary. All the feelings that I am feeling. But just something in his prayer just made me really think that following week. And I feel like it helped me kind of shift my mind from just like, woe is me, I hate this, to like, day by day, we're getting through it. It's not going to last forever. I will feel normal again. And just more of a mindset of like, how can I survive today and, still be able to live and still be able to like take care of my kids and get things accomplished and kind of feel like I'm a normal human, without, just sitting and kind of like wallowing. Like I said, I still have those days. Last week was definitely a week where I just stayed very close to the couch and just let myself feel. But when I am able to, when I feel like I'm having that better day, to just, take advantage of that day. I think that's the biggest thing too, is like, if the morning's starting and things are starting to feel good and like I'm feeling okay and stable, it's like, okay, what can I get accomplished today? Because I don't know if tomorrow I might have a bad day. I think the red looks gorgeous on you. Thank you. I'm very unused to this. I'm just gonna try to even out my mess up so I don't look quite so wonky over there. This is definitely a red. And I don't think, like, it's drying down a little bit, but it's not, I don't know if it fully dries down. I'll be curious. I'll talk a few more minutes because my little man is now sitting down, so he might actually lay back down and go to sleep. I mean, you're human, male or female, wants to feel like they're accomplishing their goals, and when you're pregnant, it definitely slows you down. No shame, because you're making a human. Yeah, I think that's the thing I struggle with most, is that, like, especially when I'm not pregnant, even when I have a new baby, I feel like just feeling like myself, I feel like I can get more things accomplished, and I feel more like myself. So it's just, I don't know, just more invigorating to go throughout the day and be like, okay, what else can I do? I can take care, take care of the kids. I can keep the house clean. I can do school. And then now being pregnant, it's like, okay, what's one thing that we could accomplish today? Like, today, this morning is like, I'm going to do school with the kids. And it took literally all morning, but we did school. And it was like, just that feeling of like, okay, this is what I accomplished. The house is a bit of a wreck because I let, Levi run wild while I did school with the kids, but we got school done, and that's something that we didn't do yesterday, so that's something that we were able to accomplish today. And so just to focus on that. But I definitely agree that I think that's the reason I get the most kind of down on myself when I'm pregnant, is because I can't do what I usually do. And even just like staying up at night, like when I go to bed at 9, I'm just like almost like grouchy, I guess you could say, like a grumbling as I turn out the light, because it's like, it's 9 o'clock. I can stay up so much later and get so many things done, but I have to go to sleep now, because if I don't and I stay up too late, then that just doesn't bode well for the next day. So that you really summed it up well. It's just that feeling you just don't feel the same. And it's really hard to come to terms with that, and just to be like, I don't feel good, but it's okay. I can feel, in the moments when I'm feeling really bad, I can embrace those feelings and just like, live through it. But at the same time, just kind of reevaluating kind of like my priorities and what I can accomplish, I think has been a lot for me this pregnancy, of like, okay, you can't do everything, but what can you do? And just do that and be okay with just doing that. Your lips look good. I'm hopeless with liquid lipsticks. This was a pretty rough application. I actually just realized as I'm chatting with you guys, there's a diamond in here. That's super pretty. Did you guys even, I did not know that. Here, I'll zoom it in. It's inside the cap, but it's like a pretty diamond, like so cool. I didn't even realize that. I was just chatting with you guys now and looking, I was like, oh, I didn't even see that, but that is like a fancy little detail. But yeah, that is the look. This is the face. I will try to get some good pictures of this to post on Instagram later, so that at least there's some nice quality of this out there, even though I know the live isn't the greatest quality. But I'll try to post some at some point if you guys want to see. I like the look, but I feel like the gray in the crease just looks a little patchy. Maybe it's me, like, my fault, because I'm just not great at blending. But I feel like I usually run into this with grays. I don't know if you've played with grays a lot, but I feel like I'm always there. I'm always at this point at the end of a look where it's like, it looks a little patchy, but it's only when I really scrutinize it. When I'm kind of just looking, it looks fine. So I don't know if it's just me or if I just need to get used to gray. Yeah, it could be that. You're not a normal human. You're Wonder Woman. You're making a life. I know. I forget that some days it's like, oh, that's crazy to think that like this little one's getting bigger, and like, it's just making, being pregnant is the craziest thing. I think anytime that I'm pregnant, it's just like, that's so crazy to think that there is a human in here, or like that we all start off in a woman's stomach. Like that's just in someone's stomach. Can you imagine? I don't know. I always joke with my husband. Can you imagine like remembering your first 9 months? I feel like that'd be a little nightmarish. But yeah, life is so amazing, such a miracle. But anyway, I think that is going to do it for me for this video. My little man is still sitting up. He's happy, but he is sitting up, so he is not going to go down and fall asleep again. But overall, I like the look. I liked all the products, the lipstick especially. It definitely set, but it's not like a liquid lipstick that dries completely where you could touch it. Because I feel like, yeah, if I touch it, it transfers. However, it's not like super shiny like a lipstick where I feel like, it's going to get on my teeth or whatnot. It's dried down a little bit. And I think I like that. Like, I think that's a nice, like, it makes it comfortable. It's still going to get everywhere if I like bump it and if I eat, but I feel like it's going to last longer and also make retouching it easier. So that's a plus too, because if it's a one that dries down completely, usually it gets really thick if you try to do too many layers. So I think I'm going to like this lipstick. I'm definitely going to have to play around and wear it more and just see how I like it, but it's definitely a good red. Like this is a red that I like. It's not like bright, too bright of a red. It has some depth to it, and that's the type of red lipstick that I like. And then the eyeshadow, I like it. I much more prefer the second shimmer over the first shimmer, just the formula wise, but I like the intensity of the first shimmer. And then the outer mattes, the mattes were nice. That gray is a little iffy, but it could be just me. And then cheek products, I feel like that blush was very pigmented. Definitely scared me a little bit, but that could just be me because I'm not used to blush. But the contour was great. I liked it, enjoyed everything about it. And yeah, I think that is going to be the look. So overall, still super happy with my, oh, I got a fuzzy floating. Still super happy with my purchase from from Lunar Beauty. Super happy with it. I didn't get to do the lashes, but I don't have time to. That's okay. But overall, still super happy. Can't wait to continue using them and trying them out. And yeah, just the packaging is outstanding. I am very, very much impressed. But with that said, that is going to do it for me. So I'm going to just wrap it up here, just shy of an hour or right on an hour. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I really did enjoy it. And I hope you guys enjoy chatting if you were here, or enjoy the replay just watching me do my makeup. And hopefully next time I come live, the quality will be better, but we shall see. But yeah, with all that said, thank you all. Thank you guys. Thank you so much, Tanya. I will see you all next time. Bye.